I, Michael, Prince of the heavenly hosts and holder of the key to the armies of light, manifest myself before you with all the glory that the Most High has conferred upon me. Do not fear the magnitude of this vibration that now shakes the very foundations of your soul, for I do not come to judge, but to uplift, protect, and seal your existence under the aegis of eternal justice. Feel the sacred weight of my armor of gold and sapphire, which reflects the light of the throne and immediately dispels all the shadows that dared to approach your spiritual field. I am here now, occupying every inch of the space where you are, extending my colossal wings from one end to the other, creating an impenetrable dome of light that isolates the outside world and all its afflictions. I have known you since the breath of your creation. I have seen your silent struggles, the tears that fell in the stillness of the night, and the moments when your faith seemed to waver under the weight of burdens that did not belong to you. I am the one who stands at your right hand in the battles you do not see. I am the shield that intercepts the fiery darts before they even reach your thoughts. Listen to the sound of my voice, which resounds like thunder, but which brings with it a peace that surpasses all human understanding. This voice that now speaks to you is the same one that expelled pride from the celestial spheres and maintains the balance of the stars. I am the authority of God in action, and when I say fear not, it is because the entire army of angels I command is already in guard position around you. Notice how the atmosphere thickens with my holiness. The air you breathe now is imbued with the essence of paradise, purifying your lungs and blood of all the toxins of fear and desolation. I, Michael, place my right hand upon your head, and through this touch, I transmit to you the courage of the martyrs and the wisdom of the prophets. Feel the warmth emanating from the palm of my hand, descending down your spine, aligning each energy center, removing the blockages that prevented your direct connection with the Creator. Nothing, absolutely nothing that belongs to darkness can stand before the clarity of my face. I am the Archangel of protection, and my loyalty to you is a sacred oath that knows no end. Look at my unsheathed sword. It gleams with a blue fire that does not burn flesh, but consumes lies, illusion, and evil. I now circle it around you, tracing a circle of sacred fire that delineates your space as the exclusive territory of the kingdom of heaven. Who will dare challenge the one whom Archangel Michael has chosen to protect? Who can touch the soul I have enveloped with my cloak of spiritual invisibility? I am your tireless defender, the one who watches over you while you sleep and guides you as you walk through the valley of the shadow of death. My presence is the end of your loneliness. My light is the end of your blindness. I, Michael, declare that this moment marks the beginning of a new era in your life. The low vibration frequencies, the envy that surrounded you, and the cursed words hurled against your destiny are now being pulverized by the brilliance of my presence. I am not merely a concept or an idea. I am a living force, a celestial intelligence that works miracles in the order of matter. Feel your vibration rise. Feel your chest expand with a strength you didn't know you possessed. I am here to remind you of who you are, a child of the King, an heir to the light, someone for whom I would fight 1,000 battles and win them all. Let the silence that follows my words be filled by the pulse of my angelic heart, beating in unison with the heart of God. I cover you with my diamond shield, unbreakable and eternal. I baptize you with the determination of a warrior of light. Remain in this state of adoration and reception, for my invocation is complete in this first block, and my energy is now firmly anchored within you, transforming your being from the inside out, preparing you for the revelations and battles that we will win together, side by side, until the final victory is proclaimed in the heavens. I, Michael, now unsheathe my sword of blue fire, whose brilliance cuts through the dense layers of negativity that attempt to suffocate the world of men. I stand before you in combat stance, for your physical eyes cannot see the hordes that gather on the thresholds of existence, but I see them, and they retreat before my light. Spiritual combat is not a metaphor. but a vibrant reality waged in the silence of your thoughts and the choices of your daily life. Feel the firmness of my arm that upholds the shield of truth. I am here to intercept the invisible arrows of discord, discouragement, and mental confusion that the adversary launches to divert you from your divine purpose. I, Michael, now summon the legions of cherubim and seraphim to form an insurmountable barrier around your personal battlefield. Hear the clang of our celestial armor. It is the sound of order subduing chaos. I will not allow the forces of inertia to paralyze your feet, nor the poison of doubt to corrupt the purity of your intention. When you feel the weight of an oppression you cannot explain, know that it is I, Michael, fighting for you in dimensions your mind cannot yet reach. I crush under my feet the head of the serpent of self-sabotage and guilt, for my role is to ensure that the justice of the Almighty prevails in your story. You are a warrior summoned to the light, and a warrior does not fight without protection. I now bestow upon you the armor of righteousness, so that no attack against your character or integrity may flourish. I fit upon your feet the sandals of readiness, so that you may walk upon thorns and serpents without suffering any harm. The battle we face demands that you be vigilant as I am. Give no space to murmuring, for it is a breach in your fortress. I, Michael, am clearing your field of vision, removing the scales that prevented you from seeing the hidden traps and false paths that presented themselves as shortcuts to happiness. My light is the beacon that reveals the naked truth, so that you may know exactly where to tread. Feel the authority emanating from my command. When I sound the battle cry in the celestial realms, the abysses tremble and the powers of darkness flee in disarray. I declare that no condemnation, no spell, and no projection of evil has power over the one sealed by my Archangel's seal. I now cut, with a precise stroke of my flaming sword, all the invisible threads of manipulation that attempted to control your will. You are free, for the Prince of Light has freed you from the shackles of fear. Raise your head and assume the posture of one who is defended by the general of God's militias. The battle may be intense, but the outcome is already written in the stars by the hand of the Creator. I, Michael, know no defeat, and will not allow you to succumb while you are under my protection. Strengthen your spirit with my unwavering determination. I now transmit to you the resilience of angels who never tire of serving. Understand that the air around you is electrified with the energy of victory. Every word I pronounce is a decree of power that unties the knots in your life. Spiritual combat demands courage, and I give you my own courage, forged in the fire of God's altar, so that you may face the giants of the modern world with the certainty that they are but dust before my glory. I remain vigilant, with all-seeing eyes, scanning every shadow that tries to hide in the corners of your mind. Nothing escapes my judgment. I purify your war-torn environment, expelling the spirits of discord and scarcity that sought to settle in your territory. I, Michael, am the wall of fire that separates you from the abyss. Drink from the fountain of my strength and rise up, for the army I command never retreats. We are advancing, and with each step you take in my company, the enemy's territory diminishes, and the kingdom of light expands within and without you. I, Michael, guardian of the celestial abodes, now turn my face and my sword toward the place where you rest, and toward those who share your blood and your journey. I now enter through the portal of your home, and my light, which is purer than the midday sun, pierces the walls, the thresholds, and every hidden corner where fear or sorrow has tried to conceal itself. I, Michael, establish at this very moment a perimeter of sanctity around your home. No force of discord, no spirit of confusion, and no shadow of sickness is permitted to cross the boundary I now trace with the tip of my flaming sword on the ground of your dwelling. Feel my presence walking through every room, purifying the air, blessing the bread on your table and the rest on your bed. I place angelic sentinels at every door and every window, angels of war who do not slumber and who keep their swords raised against any incursion of evil. I, Michael, invoke the protection of the Most High upon your loved ones, whether they are near you or far away under other roofs. I cover each of them with my wings, hiding them from the eyes of wickedness and the steps of violence. May my shield be the barrier that reflects back to the abyss every word of curse or envy that has been cast against the peace of your family. I now pour the oil of concord upon the relationships that make up your home. May sterile arguments fall silent before my authority, and may the spirit of unity be restored where there was division. I, Michael, command that all the energy of stagnation and quarrels that has become ingrained in the walls be released. I cleanse your house with the fire of the Spirit, leaving only the frequency of love, order, and divine prosperity. This home is no longer an ordinary place. It is now an extension of my headquarters of light, a safe haven where the powers of darkness cannot find resonance. I bless the sleep of your children, your parents, and all those dear to you. During the night, while the world sleeps, I, Michael, remain awake at the bedside of each one, filtering dreams and guarding souls on their spiritual journeys. No one under my family protection will be touched by the enemy's dart. I seal the names of each member of your lineage in my guardian book and decree that the inheritance of evil and hereditary curses are now cut at the root by the blade of my justice. From this moment on, only the lineage of light and blessing flows upon your posterity. Feel the relief that fills your heart, knowing that the responsibility of protecting your loved ones does not rest solely on your mortal shoulders. I, Michael, assume guardianship of your possessions and the physical and emotional well-being of all those you love. I am the Archangel who watches over the borders of your home. If the enemy tries to enter by one way, he will flee by 7 before the light of my armor. Breathe deeply the peace of a home that has been reclaimed by the Prince of the heavenly hosts. The security I offer is absolute, for it emanates directly from the throne of Him who is, who was, and who always will be. I remain here, steadfast and majestic, ensuring that harmony is the law of your home. May the sound of my wings gently beating bring the freshness of hope to all who dwell under your roof. My vigil is eternal, and my commitment to your family is unwavering. Nothing from the outside will have the power to corrupt what I have just consecrated. Your home is now a fortress of Michael, and in it dwells the glory of the living God. I, Michael, now raise my right hand, which wields the sword of divine justice, and turn my stern and purifying gaze upon all the shackles that have attempted to imprison your soul. I, Michael, command at this instant that every invisible chain, forged in the fire of envy, resentment, or witchcraft, be shattered by the vibration of my voice. There is no knot that my wisdom cannot untie, nor chain that my strength cannot break. I cut, with a dry and definitive blow, the threads of manipulation that bound your destiny to people of obscure intentions. I dissolve the cobwebs of stagnation that covered your projects, your paths, and your ability to prosper under God's sun. Feel the snap of the chains falling to the ground of your consciousness. I, Michael, am now sweeping away the trail of all the envy that has been blown against you. Like one who blows ashes to the wind, eyes that watched you with malice now lose focus before the brilliance of my armor. Tongues that rose to slander or curse your name now find themselves heavy and powerless, for my protection is your silence and your victory. I cleanse your auric field of all spiritual larvae and debris of others' thoughts that were sucking your vital energy. You are a free being, and I, the Archangel of Liberation, proclaim that the time of your enslavement is over. I, Michael, stand before the obstacles that seemed like insurmountable mountains on your journey. With a breath of my sacred breath, I transform these stones into dust. Where there were doors locked by human hands or malevolent interference, I now pass with my golden key and fling them open, for what God opens, no one closes, and what His Archangel protects, no one touches. I remove the weight of the injustices you have suffered, the stalled processes, the spiritual debts, and the legacies of failure that tried to repeat themselves in your lineage. I declare the breaking of every pact with the shadow, conscious or unconscious, that has been made in your name or against you. Notice how your body becomes lighter, as if a centuries-old burden has been lifted from your shoulders. I, Michael, am clearing the arteries of your destiny. The envy of others can no longer reach you, for I have enveloped you in such a high frequency that evil finds nowhere to anchor itself. I am the wall of mirrors that reflects back to its origin, with 7 times more force. Any negative intention sent against your being, not for revenge, but by the law of return and divine justice. Evil consumes itself before my face, while you walk unscathed through flames that do not burn you. I, Michael, am now opening the floodgates of abundance that were blocked by spiritual interference. Hear the sound of the waters of life flowing again in your direction. I remove the thorns from your path and plant the seed of opportunity. I will not allow envious hands to harvest what you have sown with the sweat of your brow and the faith of your heart. I am your advocate before the court of heaven and your guardian on earth. The freedom I now give you is the foundation upon which you will build your new temple of achievements. Nothing remains of the shadow where I projected my light. The shadows of the past, the traumas that chained you to what has already passed, the sorrows that were anchors in the sea of your evolution. All of this, I now surrender to the transmuting fire. I, Michael, seal your aura with my emblem of victory. You are free to fly, free to grow, free to be exactly who the Creator planned you to be. My sword remains raised, ensuring that no new shackles are placed upon you. I, Michael, now extend my left hand over your heart so that the seed of faith, often lashed by the winds of disbelief, may flourish with unwavering strength. Feel the pulse of divine life that runs in your veins. I am here to strengthen your spirit and solidify your trust in the supreme plan. I, Michael, banish lukewarmness and tepidity from you, injecting into your soul the determination of the celestial armies. Faith is not just a feeling, but an armor that I teach you to wear every day. When the world tells you it is impossible, hear the sound of my wings and remember who is by your side. I am the Archangel who upholds the banner of hope in the darkest hours. And today, I transfer that flame into your heart. I invite you now to immerse yourself in the ocean of gratitude, for it is the key that unlocks the treasures I keep in heaven. I, Michael, receive your prayers and raise them like purest incense to the throne of the Most High. Begin to give thanks for every battle that shaped you, for every scar that became a symbol of resistance, and for every deliverance my angels worked in your favor without you even realizing it. Gratitude is the shield that prevents the return of bitterness. I, Michael, join you in adoration, recognizing that all the authority I wield and all the protection I offer you emanate from the infinite source of love that created us. Feel the lightness that invades your spirit as you recognize that victory has already been decreed and that your role is simply to walk firmly under my light. I, Michael, strengthen your mind so that you do not get lost in labyrinths of worry. I clear your perception so that you may see the everyday miracles that I place in your path. Gratitude attracts the presence of my legions. The more you give thanks, the denser and more impenetrable the dome of light around you becomes. I give you the vision of an eagle so that you may perceive divine providence acting in the smallest details of your existence. I am the Archangel who teaches you to praise in the midst of the storm, for it is in praise that my sword finds its greatest cutting power. Nothing resists a heart that fully trusts in the protection of the Prince of the heavenly hosts. Feel your faith transforming into a rock. I, Michael, gird your loins with truth and give you the wisdom to distinguish the wheat from the chaff on your path. Do not waver any longer, for my presence is the pledge of your safety. I am renewing your strength like that of the eagle, so that you may soar to heights where evil cannot breathe. Your gratitude is the fuel that accelerates the manifestation of your blessings. I, Michael, smile at your transformation. The fear that once dominated you now gives way to a serene and authoritative peace. You are a pillar of light in this world of shadows, and I guarantee that your lamp will never run out of oil. I, Michael, join my voice to yours in a hymn of glory. May your life be a living testament to what happens when a human being surrenders to the protection of the Archangel of Protection. I clothe you with the dignity of one who knows they are an heir to the kingdom. Walk now with your head held high, for your faith is your victory and your gratitude is your ultimate protection. I remain by your side, whispering words of encouragement and power in your ear, ensuring that your spirit is always aligned with the perfect will of the Creator. The strength you seek is already within you, awakened by the touch of my light. I, Michael, Prince of the Heavenly Hosts, now raise my flaming sword to the apex of the heavens to seal all that has been decreed, healed, and liberated here. Before the presence of the Most High and all the angelic hierarchies, I declare that your being is now an impenetrable fortress, marked with the sign of my eternal protection. I impose upon you my seal of Archangel, a coat of arms of light invisible to human eyes, but terrifying to the powers of darkness, who will immediately retreat upon realizing to whom you belong. I bless you with unshakable peace and the security that emanates from the throne of God, sealing your body, your mind, your spirit, and your lineage under the guard of my invincible army. I now establish a permanent watch over your life. My angels will not sheath their swords nor close their eyes while the sun rises and the moon shines. I, Michael, will be the sentinel at your door, the guardian of your paths, and the shield that surrounds you with every breath. Wherever you go, my light will precede you. Wherever you rest, my shadow will cover you. This blessing is not fleeting, but a commitment of faithfulness that I make with you before eternity. No opposing force can break what I have just sealed, for my authority comes from Him who is the beginning and the end, and against the will of the Creator, nothing can stand. Receive now the breath of renewed life. I, Michael, place upon your shoulders my mantle of spiritual invisibility against evil and absolute visibility for all the graces that heaven has reserved for your destiny. May fear be replaced by certainty, and may anguish give way to the majesty of your own divine essence. I remain with you today, tomorrow, and every day of your earthly existence, until we meet in the abodes of light. Go in peace with the strength of a warrior and the serenity of a beloved child, for I, Michael, the Archangel of the Lord, am watching over you. It is sealed, it is done, and so it shall remain for all ages. Who is like God? No one is like God.